New at 6, President Trump is pushing for a more patriotic curriculum in schools, saying students are being deceived.
But a local black educator says this could not be further from the truth. SHAUN Gallagher spoke with her about teaching the role racism has played in building the U.S.
The Black Educators Caucus of Milwaukee says any attempts by President Trump or others to create a quote-unquote pro-American curriculum only further devalues the life of African-American students. Earlier this month, President Trump signed an executive order pushing for what he called a more patriotic education. It's called the 1776 Commission.
Those actions are all geared towards what I said earlier in terms of him saying to white people that if y'all ain't careful, all of a sudden America ain't gonna be the white country that it was founded to be. That is at the foundation of this.
Dr. Howard Fuller is a former Milwaukee Public Schools superintendent. He thinks this commission is a political ploy to invigorate the president's base. Fuller says the truth about the role African Americans played in building this country should be told.
When black people first came here, they did not come here as slaves. Black people came as indentured servants, just like white people who were brought here. The decision was made later on to enslave us. And it was essentially an economic decision because slavery became one of the critical economic foundations for the development of this country.
It's just another opportunity for the black experience in America to be erased.
Angela Harris is the chairwoman for the Black Educators Caucus. She says her teaching will continue to be inclusive of all views, including African Americans, which she says goes against what the president is saying.
I just ultimately feel like he's trying to roll America back to a time where folks were not taught the correct history, taught historically accurate history, and he's trying to uphold something that I think desperately needs to be changed.
The problem is that we're presenting kids with a very negative view of American history. We're presenting kids with a story that, while racism is absolutely a part of American history that we need to talk about and consider, it's not the sole story of America.
Will Flanders works for the conservative advocacy group Wisconsin Institute for Law and Liberty. He agrees with the president's commission, saying current curricula focuses too heavily on the negatives in the country's history.
We don't really get the good side of what happened here, the miracle of democracy, the wisdom of capitalist systems and things of that nature that do play an important role in how we've gotten to where we are today.
But Angela Harris says it's no different than talking about the Holocaust in World War II. She says we can all learn more from mistakes than success.
Because of that, it's very rare that you see educational experiences that center the lives of black and brown children. And so that's why it's so important to really begin to teach historically accurate truth.
Milwaukee Public Schools Superintendent Dr. Keith Posley was not available for an interview, but said this about the 1776 Commission. At this time, there are no plans for MPS to implement or consider any curriculum from the 1776 Commission. In Milwaukee, SHAUN Gallagher, TMJ4 News.